Hey everyone, it's Xant. So I just woke up, rolled out of bed. It is the 27th in the morning, and hopefully everyone has enjoyed their Christmas, if that's something that you celebrate. Now, I know that I said a couple of weeks ago that this video might be delayed if I do it at all. I'd feel bad if I didn't do it whatsoever. I guess not bad, I guess more weird. So I'm going to be doing the review of the Turn A and the Turn X. I haven't looked at them at all, funny enough. I've actually stayed away from the gacha altogether other than my free daily stuff. And I've tried to kind of stay away from conversation about the parts at all. Now, just so kind of we're all on the same page, the reason that I do these impression videos is that people that have the impulse to roll right away at least kind of have... And if you're brand new to the game, you don't know what parts are like and whatnot, you're not really sure what to think of stuff, right? I hope that my videos help you at least come to some kind of assisted decision, right? Whether or not to kind of do that knee-jerk roll. So this video, being a little late, probably won't be of much help to anyone, but I just feel like it's something I still should do. A lot of people have noticed that my opinions on parts can sometimes be weird. I'll say a part's kind of so-so, or, and then later it comes out it's an excellent part. Well, yeah, you gotta understand, these are impressions. This is like, I look at the part and I judge it purely on what I'm looking at, right? If an EX skill turns out to be amazing, that's great. Problem is, right, most of the time these cutscene EX skills, it's not denoted anywhere. So I just kind of gotta take a guess. Anyways, so I'm gonna do my video here real quick. I'm going to look at the two welfare machines, the two new Sokai suits, and pilots. There's actually a lot that got added with this, so let's start with the welfares, I guess. Let's do what I normally do. So, the BD coin exchange. Okay. So, yeah, it's a typical exam system. Cool. Speed by 20, melee attack by a huge amount. Cool. It's an awakening. Kind of okay shot attack. So this is something that you'd pick up, I guess, if you really want the exam. Other than that, it's just it's a welfare head, so, yeah. The melee attack boost by 39% is pretty cool, and because it has a very low cooldown due to you being able to EX10 it, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Also, if you couldn't tell, I just woke up, so my voice is going to be a little rough. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Abdominal wired missile, firewire guided missiles, BD. Cool, cool. The chest stats are kind of eh. So, I don't know, I don't think this is really that useful of a thing for the chest, because we do have a lot of better spread chest skills. Yeah. Well, it's neat if you like the entire suit. I'd say it's pretty mediocre, though. Armor is 80% or less. Melee damage taken reduced by 20. Okay, melee attack's really low on it, so pretty much a write-off part. The legs, the legs, the legs. What do we got? Beam Saber combo, B plus D. That's actually a good spread for a welfare, and the stats are okay. Alright. So that's a bog standard set of legs. And the last part, the shield. Power attribute, buff EX time up to 15%. Like, the thing is, awakenings already last an obscene amount of time, so I don't think you really need to extend them at all. So, I think that's a pretty useless trait. It's an okay shield, but in comparison to everything else on the board, not really. Okay. And as you can see, I have been playing the event. I have bought some stuff on here. I just haven't really looked at the suit stats or anything. I've tried to keep myself as blind as possible because I did plan on doing this video. So even though you may not think it is, these are still actually my first impressions on all these parts and whatnot. I'm pretty good at insulating myself from this kind of stuff if I want to. And from what I understood, yeah, the Akatsuki's in its own whole ticket capsule thing. So let's take a look here at the head. Okay, kind of okay shot attack. Actually, hold on a sec before I go any further. Is it a 3-star suit? No. So this is a natural 4-star. So I'm going to have to judge this a little differently. Close-in weapon system. Oh, okay, so that's a cute way of saying Vulcans or CIWS. Okay. Okay armor. Really low shot attack. Not really. I guess you'd want to collect it for the entire suit's paint schema. Other than that, yeah. Yato no Kagami. Repel beams with your... Yep. Okay. Raise your beam resist by 109%. Okay. And you resist flinching. That's actually a pretty cool skill. Like, that is a pretty cool skill. I don't think it's really all that useful because you shouldn't be getting hit in the first place, but yeah, resisting flinching, beam resist, and repelling beams all together, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The stats on it are pretty high, at least in the armor section, and obviously you have lots of shot defense on this, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. And the arms. When attacking with beams, special shot power boosted. Okay. And you get a good chunk of melee attack, but nowhere near the competitive melee area. And your shot attack is on the mediocre side. So, okay. I say that because we now have parts outside of Sokai that have, like, you know, 480 plus shot attacks. So, 384 is like the standard baseline for a 4-star arm for shot, but now that we have higher ceilings available that you're able to get with premium materials, yeah. Okay, that's a bog standard arm for shot, I guess. You have your trait to increase your beam damage and whatnot. Has midline stats. Alright, experimental twin beam saber. Cool, B plus D. Average stats, obviously, other than the really high shot defense. Okay, well, that's okay, I guess. There's really good legs out on the board, like Bisect. Huh. So, the Owashi Pack. High energy beam cannon, B plus C minus. That's a higher spread than normal. Okay. And it has average stats. So I guess you're going to want this for the EX skill. And that does look like a pretty nasty EX skill, because typically this would be like a B plus D or something like that, but a B plus C minus is a pretty healthy spread. Okay, that's a good part. Good part. Okay, here's the twin beam saber. So that's a very midline melee attack on this, because the higher ends are at like 3,997 or even 4k plus, and the lower ends are down at like the rebakes level for melee weapons with like 1,600. So this is on the lower end of the middle area. Job gauge increase boost. So that's really not that useful. Your job gauge is a very useful thing to be able to increase at will, because once you're able to activate your job license ability, you do get a huge boost in capabilities. Problem is, they're just better to put there, I guess. I guess though, because it is for middle shooters, right, you're not really going to be using the melee saber all that much, but still, I don't know. I think there are better traits. At least I think so. I don't know. And I use a long shooter because most of the long shooters have well, not most of, but there's a very large handful of long shooters that have 1,600 shot. So, yeah. Versus middle shooter, which is more like 1,100. Okay, the beam rifle, 2380. Meh. Initial EX skill charge boost. Okay. So it's kind of weird, right? Because the Akatsuki should be more shot focused than anything, but even its shot attack is really low. This is coming off more like a high-end welfare than a 4-star machine, so... Okay. The rifle stats are really low end, and I guess maybe you might want to get that if you're using a melee machine or something like that. Something to grab for that EX cooldown for arena or something, but useless as a gun. The shield, that awkward looking shield. With rifle category, enemy shooting power reduced by 30%. Okay, so if you're a melee type, that could be pretty useful, because the last thing you want to have happen, right, is the enemy shooting you to bits as a long shooter or something. I talk about this, I think, in most of the videos, where when you build a melee machine, your melee stats are going to be a lot higher. You know, your melee attack, your melee defense, your physical resist, all that stuff. And obviously vice versa if you build a shot machine. So a shield that has the ability to reduce shooting power is definitely, in my opinion, suited more for shot machines. Or, sorry, melee machines. It's still morning. Forgive my complete misspeakings. Anyways, so shooting power reduction, good for melee suits. With rifle category equipped, it doesn't matter what weapon you have equipped in your range slot as a melee machine, because it's mostly just going to be for the trait. So it lets you build around it and really make use of this. Being able to reduce enemy shooting power, I think, is pretty convenient. I don't know if you'd want to use EX cooldown or something like that instead, or maybe something that boosts your stats. Obviously, with no offensive stats whatsoever, in my opinion, this loses out to the wing shield and other shields that have offensive capabilities to them. But this still could be very useful depending on what you're doing, what you're running, and what you have access to. Okay. And lastly, Neo Roanoke. Okay, so mid-shooter, okay melee, okay shot, survive a fatal blow, percent chance. Now see, I'm kind of miffed about this, because up to this point, the developers have shown, at least with the pilots that belong to the Sokai Avenge Shop machines, they know what they're doing, right? They give you the right pilot for it. This pilot has nothing to do with the Akatsuki. Even though Neo Roanoke is Mulaflaga, this form of him with the mask on is the brainwashed version. He never even saw the Akatsuki. By the time the Akatsuki got out and started flying around and doing stuff, Neo Roanoke had already been captured by the Archangel and had been mostly converted to their pilot. He didn't have the mask, it was back to more or less Mulaflaga. So to me, this feels very weird. Disconnected even from the story of Seed, or Seed Destiny. But anyways, yeah, it just seems weird to me, really. Anyways, enough griping about that. Let's get back to the actual content. So yeah, he's an okay pilot, really. He has a melee shot spread as a mid shooter, so flexible. The trait, I don't really think it's that useful. I guess maybe in arena if someone hits you with an EX skill you weren't ready for or something, but Anyway, how many Akatsuki tickets do I have? I have none. Alrighty. Okay, well, let's look at the Sokai suits and then the new pilots and call it a day. Okay, so... Oh, there's actually a good handful of melee attack on this thing. Close shot attack raised. Okay, so that's definitely more for the submachine guns and stuff. Mesh shot attack. Okay. So that's pretty cool though. I like the higher than normal melee attack on that. Moonbeam Butterfly. Discharge nanomachines to fly in and annihilate. Cool. Squad recovers 68. Okay, so a heal and shot attack up. So that's a pretty cool torso piece for shooters. A-, B+. You get a beam shot, you get a heal and shot attack up. So that's nice. That's very nice. Okay. And it has slightly higher than average shot attack and melee attack on it too, from what my brain is saying here looking at those numbers. So the torso is pretty baller. The arms. Melee attack is on the higher end of things. Flip jump saber, A+D. Maybe it's a good skill if you look at the cutscene or something like that. Okay. But, you know, there are better Sokai arms available, but these are still pretty solid arms. Okay. I still like that chest, though. That's a nice part. Alright, with rifle category, melee power, or enemy melee power reduced. Cool. Okay, stats. Yep. Okay. So, those are pretty okay legs. Nothing like jaw-dropping, but pretty cool. Dual blades, turn A beam sabers, 3698. Alright, so that's definitely on the higher end of things. Not the highest. Like I said, we go up to like 4K on some stuff, and that's what you can trade through premium materials. So, okay. And when you're an outfighter, strong crit boost. From what people are telling me that use melee machines, that's practically a useless trait. So we'll write off the trait, look at just the stats, and it's an okay set of beam sabers. I think the Heat Rev swords, the Heat Rev swords from the Mars 4 are better than these. So, oh, Gundam Hammer. Let's go back. Come on. Alright, so Beam Saber, Hammer. Flexible Smash, B+D. So that's a little on the lower side of the spread that we'd see on a 4-star Sokai. Normally, it would definitely be in the A range for one of these. Okay. And melee attack is 3.7k. Okay. Well, that's definitely on the lower end of things for what I expect from a Sokai, or I guess the lower end of the higher end, because Sokai parts are all typically very good. But this is just like on the cusp of greatness, pretty much. Okay, it's okay. It's definitely okay. Maybe the physics work on it. Who knows? And, ooh, this is actually a rifle. Ooh, that looks really nice, too. Ooh, I like the aesthetic of that. So an Outfighter EX skill power boost, and it has, wow, that is, those stats. Those stats, though. Okay, so I'm not going to say it's a terrible gun, but it is definitely not a good gun. Especially for a Sokai machine. That is... Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Okay. Is that it? Do we... Oh, we get a shield too. Okay. And it has... Yeah, okay. Good spread. Buff skill up. Okay, so... Anything else before I make my judgment on it? No, turn X. Okay. So looking over the entire turn A... it kind of does that thing again where it doesn't quite seem to understand what it wants to be, so it has a lot of parts with different stats available on it across the board. I'm going to say out of all these, I like the chest the most, because I really like that A-, B+ spread that is absolutely jaw-droppingly nuts, and I like the benefits that it gives on top of that, raising shot attack by a large chunk along with a heal. The heal is optional, it's nice to have, but it's definitely the rest of the package, the stats, the skill spread, all that. So to me, this chest is an absolute winner. The rest of the parts are okay. They're nothing terribly astounding, but they're not completely write-offs either. They're definitely in the middle area. But I think for the turn A, the best part is hands down the chest for it. And looking at the rest of these, yeah, the weapons are okay. The rifle leaves a lot to be desired. And, yeah, I think the rest of it's just outclassed by other more available parts. So the chest is the real winner there. Alright, turn X. With power attribute, EX skill power boost. Okay. And it has just under 3k shot attack, 500 melee attack. Cool. Okay. Alright. That's a pretty okay head. If you're looking for a shot attack head, there's stuff that breaks 3k you can easily get with premium materials, so don't sweat it. Ooh, that is a nice stat spread there. 965 on both melee and shot. And there's Moonbeam Butterfly, Fire Straight Line and Nanomachines, D, B+. So that seems like a real downgrade to what the Turn A brought to the table, which is a real shame. Okay, so the chest has a okay stat, or an okay skill on it, but I would definitely say this is more of a stat stick in comparison to what the Turn A brings. But an okay chest, Alright, Fusion, that's the Fusion Destruction Manipulator, yep. DA, cool. So that's the Shining Finger, and melee your entire squad boost. Okay, so that's pretty neat. I like how it's classified as a beam melee category attack when it clearly hits enemies with beams, like that you're launching out. So, okay. The melee attack range is a little lower than what I would like from these types of arms, with just under 3k melee attack. But you know what, you take with what you can get. So, and 1356 shot attack is on the definite higher end of things. It is a very higher end of things. So if you do get those arms, that's a pretty neat EX skill on there for melee boosting. But I would definitely say these are better for shot attack than melee just due to the stat distribution. This could be useful if you have melee units in your squad and you want to give them some kind of juice as a shot machine, or you have a shot machine you want to, give melee boosts to the rest of your squads from. So it'd be pretty useful for that. Cool. Good arms. I like those. Nice. Alright, legs. When armor is 60% or more, melee crit rate boost. Again, like I said when I was looking at the Turn A. Was it the Turn A? Probably. Man, my brain is just fried in the mornings. Anyways, the crit rate stuff is, from what I hear, very lame, so we'll just ignore that trait. Melee and shot attack, cool. Decent stat spread. Alright. So legs are pretty okay. Backpack, Carapace, DB+. Attack weapons with your rifle and bazooka equipped on the weapons platform, and it has a decent stat spread. A little higher than normal because most backpacks have like 384 of attack, or melee and shot attack, so being able to push past those numbers is convenient. Okay. Cool. Although the spread on that B+D is kind of eh. And that's the entire Turn X. Okay. So for the Turn A, I would say the best part is the chest, like I said. For the Turn X, I personally think that the best part is these arms. It has a very healthy stat distribution on melee and shot. Perhaps the melee is a little lower than most people would like it to be, but with the Fusion Structure Manipulator skill boosting the melee attack of your squad by 39%, that's pretty helpful. Plus, it comes off, from what I'm reading here, as a ranged melee EX skill, which are quite handy. I said the same thing quite a while ago when we had the Shockwave skill, I think it was, from, I think it was the Strike, one of the Strike variants, Ale, where when you would swing your sword, you would send shockwaves across the map. Even though they were projectiles, though, they were treated as physical. Since most physical EX skills require you to get up close and personal, being able to add a ranged attack to that mix, in my opinion, is quite convenient. And obviously the buffs are just the extras on that, the gravy, so to speak. Okay. So, Turn A and Turn X, pretty nice stat spreads on them. Could have definitely been much better compared to what we've had in the Sokai machines before. But I'd say there's a couple of standout parts in them, which is really all that you need at this point. Just a couple of parts to aim for. So the Turn X arms and the Turn A chest, I think. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. Let's look at the pilots. Alright, so we'll look at Quattro Bajeena here. Alright, 1181, mid shooter. That's the Neo Roanoke spread. All damage output boosted. and that's with speed attribute. If he was a welfare pilot, I'd say that's a pretty nice trait, but because he's a gacha one, nah. Yeah. Okay. I will say though, his tags do help shooters a lot, so if you do happen to get your mitts on him, you might want to think about slotting him, because both Commander and Ace exclusive are for shot attack. So, anyways, last up here, Kayra Su. With technique attribute, shot guidance, and she's a defender with very low stats. So, as with most 3-star pilots, not all of them, but for most 3-star pilots, this is definitely someone you'd really only want to use if you really like the character. Okay. I guess that's that. I've gone over all the new content that they've added in. I'm sorry for the huge delay on this. Yeah. Anyways, I'll wrap this up here. I have to make some other videos, I guess, because our normal, this from what I understand is running for 2 whole weeks, so I gotta find something to do next week for videos, so I'll have to figure it out when I get there. If you guys have any ideas, maybe just throw them in the comments section. I know that people have suggested stuff to me in the past, and I'll definitely give a look at those now, because I'm gonna have some time. Anyways, peace out guys. I'll probably be doing something on New Year's, so keep an eye out for that. Join the Discord in the description there, my Discord, if you want to kind of keep up, because I know I'll be announcing in there what I plan on doing. I probably won't be saying anything in my YouTube videos. I may make one of those social posts though, just so people know what's up. Anyways, peace out. See you in the next video.